Brooklyn. Shopping, he's a man on a mission. When the going gets tough, the tough get cooking in Brooklyn.
Today, our story begins at Schnack, our new restaurant with the German-sounding name. But not many German things on the menu. Or so says my friend Ed. He convinced me to go to Germany to see what real Germans eat and drink. Next thing I know, my friend Ed and I are on a plane. The company he reps for, Jever Beer, is flying us to Germany. My first time in Deutschland.
Here we go.
As soon as we landed, we went to get something to eat. I was starving. In Germany, you just don't eat one meat.
Wow.
You eat them all.
Lammfilet,
Right.
Schweinefilet,
Right.
Putenbrust.
Only, you gotta cook them yourself.
This one is lamb fillet with the herbs in it, and the thick one is pork. Or Schwein. Sausages are still a little pink. The sauerkraut's perfect. It's got a little butter in it.
Grilling that meat was a blast, and the schnapps were great. But I can't serve this kind of stuff back in Brooklyn. But I'm already glad I came.
And you want to have fun.
Despite the type of hangover you only get from German beer, the next morning Ed took me to Jever. It's a storybook town where they've been brewing beer for 250 years. The brewery even has its own restaurant. Naturally, they serve the Pilsner that's made right next door. But the real magic is what these German guys can do with a potato.
Onions and potatoes, smoked salmon with a fried egg. Delicious.
Ed's right. I do have a lot to learn about German food. Who knew the potato could be so good?
Wow.
You know the amazing thing about Germany is? Every restaurant has a signature potato dish that's really simple. That's what Schnack needs. French fries just aren't going to cut it.
Overcooked again, boss. Let's throw them out.
We're definitely not going to throw them out. Maybe I'll throw together a little potato salad, because in Germany, potato salad is the raison for everything. And in America, everybody loves potato salad. A little bit of white vinegar, because the dressing in a potato salad is really important. A little bit of olive oil, plenty of salt and pepper. Potatoes are very bland. Couple big spoonfuls of sour cream. Maybe a nice little bit of smoky chopped kielbasa, because you can never have enough Schwein in your potato salad. A big handful of chopped dill and caraway seeds. In Germany, they had caraway seeds in everything, even in the coleslaw. A little bit of dry mustard powder. And I really love this grainy mustard. It's got all the seeds in it and everything. Can never have enough grainy mustard. Mustard was all over the menu in Germany. Some Dijon mustard just to give a little bit of balance. And these hard-cooked eggs, just gonna break these into the dish. Could be a little bit moister, and in Germany, everything went well with beer, so we're gonna add a little beer to the potato salad. Now, all this juice, all this liquid that I made, the dressing for the potato salad, it's gonna drink into the potatoes. They're gonna get all soaked up. It'll be a perfect foil for like something as simple as a BLT or a tuna fish sandwich even. I was disparaged loudly by Ed Raven by not having enough German ingredients on the menu. Here we have the whole palette of German ingredients in one potato salad. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more dill. Chopped dill, sour cream, hard-cooked eggs, and lots of overcooked potatoes. What could be more German than that?
Sears is the only place that loves tools as much as Dad does. This year, give him the tools he really loves. Newer tools, faster tools, stronger tools, better tools, all the top brands, including Craftsman, the #1 tool brand. Get Dad this 151-piece mechanics tool set for under $100. Go for it. Hundreds of tools on sale right now, only at the bigger, better Father's Day sale. Sears, good life, great price.
Don't you love commercials where everyone shouts a lot? Yeah! Well, here's one you'll love, because Shout puts the power right on the stage. Compared to Shout, when OxiClean powder goes in the wash, it's diluted. No wonder Shout works better on so many stains in just one wash. Yes. Shout gets coffee. Ow! Chocolate! Ow! That's not all. Shout gets out makeup better than OxyClean poured in the wash. Even grass and grape juice. I bet that! S.C. Johnson, a family company.
There's a great little shop you always visit when you want something really special. There's a local cafe that makes a cappuccino so good, it's worth a special trip. And there's a store near you that sells high-quality paint you just can't find anywhere else. Sherwin-Williams. Right now, save $7 a gallon on Super Paint Interior in our handy twist and pour container. And come to our free color workshop for help creating a one-of-a-kind look that's just what you imagined. For your next project, this is the place. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Now on Discovery Home Channel, dine with the hottest chef in town on Cookin' in Brooklyn. And next, top-notch chefs are passing the torch on Chef School. Later, bring home world-class style with Passport to Design.
If you think modern hair transplants don't look natural, think again.
Can you believe it? This used to be me.
This picture speaks for itself.
Before, after.
If you want to do something about your hair loss, there's never been a better time to call Bosley for this free information package. Inside, you'll discover how Bosley moves hair from the back of your head to fill in the balding areas.
It's not a hairpiece, it's my own naturally growing hair.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration practice. Utilizing advanced hair transplant techniques, our highly skilled and dedicated staff pride themselves on providing each and every patient with an unsurpassed level of care, so you can be confident of realizing the right results for you. Picture yourself with hair. Call now or visit our website at bosley.com to find out if Bosley is the right choice for you.
One phone call made all the difference in the world.
It's amazing, isn't it? No hair?
Hair? I don't even recognize this guy.
Bosley. The right people, the right experience, the right results.
You know, this trip to Germany really inspired me to create new things for the Schnack menu. It also allowed me to do my two favorite things in the whole world: eat food and drink beer. There's more to my German trip I didn't tell you about. Let's go back. I couldn't believe I was invited to come to Germany just to drink beer in the first place. But on top of that, I end up at this beautiful restaurant show in Hamburg, Germany. It's huge. It's like 3 football fields filled up with bratwurst and beer, and people selling bratwurst and beer, and girls making you drink beer and eat bratwurst, and loads of other stuff. Danke. This is very good. And what's this one?
Citrone.
And this one?
Pasa. Butter.
Can I try that one? Okay. Can I try that one? This is Schwein, pork, turkey, and cheese all together in one big Frankfurter. Wolfgang. Oh, over here is the outdoor furniture with the pigs. So if you had like a whole lot of pork and you wanted to sell it, you put it on this board and people come on in. That's a good idea. But what about this one? Is this the one that you put out if you have a whole lot of mice and you want to sell them? Look, the Schnitzel Master's here. We have to go see the Schnitzel Master. My experience with Schnitzel is that it's big.
Yes.
And it's thin.
Yes.
And it usually, does it usually have bread on it?
Yeah. Schnitzel is a meat that is floured, breaded, and fried.
It doesn't just have to be pork, it could be turkey. It could be a big, thin turkey cutlet that you bread and pan fry in butter and serve with roasted potatoes and a little applesauce. I think that's a great idea. You know, when I got back to Brooklyn, I just couldn't get this schnitzel thing out of my head. The gears were turning. It kept calling me. Schnitzel, schnitzel, schnitzel. The adjustable rollers make it possible to have an even meat thickness of up to 12 millimeters. The German technology is amazing. Unfortunately, we're in America, Brooklyn even, and I don't have a Schnitzelmeister. I am going to use turkey today. The turkey I'm using is a turkey breast. And I just want to cut about a 4-ounce chunk. And we leave the grain of the meat up. And I always like to use a piece of plastic to pound the meat, so that way you don't end up wearing it. And if you have a wine bottle, you could use that or something, other heavy implement. Personally, I like this mallet. In Germany, I was amazed that they had the pork schnitzel. They also had a beef schnitzel. In America, I think the turkey is going to go over better at Schnack. Now, that's the schnitzel. Schnitzel before breading. We just have to make 3 more ingredients to make a perfect schnitzel. You need flour, so the breading sticks. You need egg, which is your glue, which is going to stick the breading to the cutlet. And you need a finished crust on the outside. Today I'm going to use matzah meal, because I love matzah meal. It has a nice crunch to it. So there's my breading. That's done. I need a little bit of flour. I like to use self-rising flour. The flour gives the cutlet or whatever it is you're breading a little traction so the eggs stick. And the eggs I'm using today, just 2 whole eggs. Gonna crack those. And I like to use buttermilk. Buttermilk is like an acidic flavored milk, and it really gives the schnitzel a little bit of bite. And of course my industrial jug o' hot sauce to give it a little spice. Maybe a whisk around here. Just make sure the eggs are all broken up. The buttermilk has a nice viscosity, gives us a nice thick crust. Turkey is a dumb, bland meat. Anything we can do to it to perk it up will make us look like a star. So as you know, I hope you know, that you have to have all the ingredients ready before you begin to bread. You have your flour ready, you have your eggs ready, and you have your breadcrumbs ready, and your saute pan. And I'm just gonna take this flour, gonna make sure I bang off the excess flour, because you don't want big chunks of flour on your schnitzel. And you always want to leave one hand dry and one hand wet. Otherwise, you end up with a catcher's mitt on the end of your arm by the time you're done breading everything. And we don't want a lot of egg mixture on here. This goes into the breading mix. I just kind of like flip it around. One flip. Make sure it's out. And that's all ready to go. See, one hand dirty, one hand clean. So the turkey's going to sit there for a minute. I like to use whole butter for pan frying, because as you know, the butter has solids in it. And when those solids start to brown and burn, it really gives the frying a little bit of texture. So the butter's starting to brown a little bit, which is really important. The breadcrumb mixture, you want to make sure you knock off most of it. And then the turkey's just going to go right into the pan. You know, if I had a Schnitzel Master, the machine, this thing would have come out like a perfect uniform square, but I think it kind of lends itself to the cuisine at Schnack to be a little frayed on the edges. We're all a little frayed on the edges. I'm gonna check one side. See how we're starting to brown a little bit? I just want to get a little bit browner. Look at that browning, nice, huh? This thing's just about done. I'm gonna take it out, leave it on the plate, just let it cool. If it was up to me, I would serve this on the menu as turkey schnitzel with just a wedge of lemon and a little sprig of parsley. That's definitely not going to go in Brooklyn. So I need to like pump up the portion a little bit, maybe with some sauteed cabbage or some other German thing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe roasted potatoes or something. Let's see what we can find. So I'm going to use these cooked potatoes, and they're about half cooked, a little more than half cooked, and I'm going to roast them with a couple slices of red onion and a little bit of green apple. And that's going to be the side for my schnitzel. So the potatoes are already cooked. The onion, however, is raw. So I'm going to cut that really thin, because I like the onion to brown a little bit. The caramelization and the sugar coming out of the onion really gives the dish a nice texture. The apple, we're gonna chunk up. The apple I'm gonna leave somewhat large. I always like to leave the skin on. So I have my chunky apples, my sliced onion, and my virtually overcooked potatoes. I just wanna saute them a little bit. So I have a little chunk of butter melted in here. I'm gonna use olive oil. The butter and the olive oil gives a nice roasting medium for our potatoes. In Germany, I was amazed that they used duck fat. And duck fat has this real richness and really gets going to a high temperature, which gives the potatoes a nice crust. The onions are gonna go in first, because even though they're sliced really thin, they're gonna take the longest to cook. I just wanna get those going just a little bit. Now we're gonna go in with these potatoes. We don't wanna put in so many potatoes that the temperature of the pan drops down, because then we won't get any browning. I'm just gonna put those on top of the onions in one layer. We want the apples to stay crunchy, so we're not gonna put those on the bottom of the pan. A little bit more salt and pepper. I'm just gonna pop these into my ridiculously small Holly Hobby oven at 500 degrees. And the wonderful thing about this dish is the potatoes are already cooked. So once the onions are browned and the apple starts to break down a little bit, the whole thing is done. After about 5 minutes at 500 degrees, you get a nice brown potato there. That looks great. We can go right to the plate on this. Now, they love their potatoes in Germany. Hopefully, they're going to love their potatoes, onions, and wilted green apples in Brooklyn. The schnitzel is going to go right on top, because basically it is a big pile of food. And maybe just a little, how about a little dollop of sour cream and a little bit of chopped dill. They went crazy for dill in Germany. I think this is going to be really nice. And that's the dish. That's our turkey schnitzel.
You can create fresher air and a fresher image. You can add a conversation piece that doesn't make a sound. You can find more stylish ceiling fans than anywhere else at the Home Depot, the only place for best-selling Hampton Bay designs, exclusive styles from Hunter, and our low price guarantee. You can stop wondering how and start stirring things up. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Well, hello. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Meet Australia's hottest culinary export, Kylie Kwong. She's got a style all her own, creating with heart, food that nurtures the soul. Kylie Kwong, Heart and Soul, premiering tonight at 9, only on Discovery Home Channel. Coming up next, the students are put to the test, on the job and in the kitchen. Will they be able to come up with the recipe for success? Stay tuned for Chef School, next on Discovery Home Channel.
Upgrade your Father's Day with a complete PC package from Gateway, like our 310T. For under $500, you can get Dad everything he needs. It's got the power of an Intel Pentium 4 processor, a big screen for surfing the web, and tons of storage for all his guy stuff. And right now, our PCs come with free shipping, so you can plug one in on his big day. So call Gateway today and get Dad the PC that offers plenty of bang for the buck and get free shipping.
There's a stretch of sparkling white sand that runs for 23 miles along Florida's east coast. Some call it relaxing. Some a playground. Some call it Daytona Beach. But most simply call it fun. Call toll-free now for a free Daytona Beach visitor guide and superior small lodging brochure filled with affordable vacation ideas. The water's warm. The natives are friendly. All you have to do is make time.
You know, German food isn't just about Schwein, potatoes, and beer. It's also about chocolate.
Last day in Germany, I have one job. I have to get some presents. That seems like a good place to get presents. It's like a big bar of chocolate over there. Chocolate conjures up the perfect Tyrolean images of flowing rivers of chocolate. You know, Hansel and Gretel. Die Schokolade aus Tallenbrummen. Chocolate Museum. Look at this. This furniture all came from the Bremer Chocolate Works. It's chocolate. I can't believe it. And I can tell it's chocolate because there's like little tiny scratch marks on everything because everyone is in as much disbelief as myself. The only thing that's missing from this whole diorama is like a big chocolate cake. They have everything that's chocolate that isn't food, which is, I find very irritating. Well, that's great. We're in the capital of German chocolate, and there's no store that sells chocolate. I can't believe it. Seems like a good place to find chocolate, even though it's a train station. Maybe there's a little shop or something we can find in here. This is a perfect gift shop. They have loads of chocolate here. For a country that has so much chocolate, it's amazing that everyone's skin is so clear. It's practically an acne-free country. Maybe the beer cleanses it out. Thank you. Dankeschön. Perfect.
You know, seeing all that German chocolate really got me itching to make a new dessert for the Schnack menu. Oh, to be in Germany, chocolate season.
Where you were on vacation, I signed for that.
Oh, great. A whole bag of stale bread. I could chop these up. Could probably make a little bread pudding with them. The stale bread really drinks up the custard mix. That's plenty of bread right there. Gonna crack a couple eggs into this bowl. I think for that amount of bread, 6 eggs will work. Got some egg yolks in here too, that would make it really rich. A couple glugs of fresh vanilla. Some heavy cream. About 2 cups. I never measure anything. Another 2 cups of milk. Lots of powdered sugar. I like to use the powdered sugar because powdered sugar isn't grainy. It's really fine, and you don't really have to like whisk it to break up the grains in it. It comes out better, a lot better. So this is going to go into the bowl with the bread. I'm going to let that sit for a minute while I work on the chocolate. Now the chocolate I have here is, I have a whole bunch of these semi-sweet chocolate chips. Those are good. Just gonna make sure this soaks, and all the bread has to drink up the liquid. This is a loosely interpreted pudding because it's basically a custard. The eggs and the sugar and the milk and cream are gonna cook together. The bread is the vehicle that's gonna soak up the chocolate and make it really nice. And I'm gonna bake this in a loaf pan, but if you wanted to use a cupcake tin, you could butter each individual cupcake tin and have little individual bread puddings. That would be cool too. I'm just gonna butter it up a little bit with a little soft butter. I use these coffee filters because they're nice little mini disposable pastry brushes. We're gonna butter the side of this Teflon loaf pan, and that, after this is all drunk up, I'm just gonna put this in here like this. Feature a whole bunch of the chocolate chips right on top because they're gonna just melt and go into the whole thing. It's gonna be really nice. Now, the only other important thing you gotta remember about the bread pudding is you don't wanna roast it at like 500 degrees because you want the eggs and the cream to come together really gently. Kind of like when you make scrambled eggs at home, you cook at a low temperature so there's no color on the eggs. You get a really nice, delicate, tender, crunchy bread pudding. This is gonna go into about a 325-degree oven. And as you can see here, I've set up a little water bath. The water bath ensures that the bread pudding is going to cook uniformly on all 4 sides. That way we don't have to worry about the heat from the bottom of the oven scorching the bottom of our product. So that's going to cook at about 325 degrees for a really long time, practically an hour. Yeah, that's good. It's about 50 minutes. It's definitely done. I'm gonna run this knife around the edges. Actually, I would have liked to have let this sit for about a half hour, but I'm just dying to see what it's gonna look like. Wow, that looks nice. So basically, we just want to take a slice of this. See the butter that I put on the edge of the loaf pan really gave a nice glisten to this. Slice there. I could serve 1 slice for $2 or 2 slices for $4.50. That goes like that. That looks great. What it really needs though is a nice big dollop of fresh whipped cream. And I don't want to sweeten the whipped cream that much because I want the cleanness of the whipped cream, and I'm going to add a little bit of schnapps. You always want to make sure the schnapps is of good quality because inferior schnapps will ruin your bread pudding. This is excellent. The mint is going to go great with the chocolate. A little bit of sugar, but not too much. And that is our peppermint schnapps whipped cream. A huge dollop of this on top. And I've transformed my whole German vacation into a dessert. A little bit of chocolate sauce all over the plate, like that. Couple bangs of powdered sugar. Isn't it amazing how this soupy mess that I poured into the loaf pan and baked in the water bath comes out a nice tight loaf with all the chocolate chip melted into it? The whipped cream with the mint in it puts the whole thing in a different light. It's a chocolate chip mint sundae pudding now. Harry, please save all the old hot dog rolls. We're putting chocolate chip bread pudding on the menu.
There was a time when all farming was organic. Now the benefits of organic crops are in demand again. For generations, Nutrilite has been using those natural techniques. And now farms in Lakeview, California, Trout Lake, Washington, El Petical, Mexico, and Tiango, Brazil are the farms of the future, yielding valuable crops and knowledge for today. The Nutrilite Health Institute, the best of nature and the best of science for the study of human nutrition.
How's your credit? In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you an easy way to instantly check your own credit report for free. So the next time you need credit and apply for a home loan, car loan, or even a credit card, you won't have to imagine what your credit report looks like. You'll know. To learn how to get your free credit report instantly and online, just log on to freecreditreport.com. It's that simple. At freecreditreport.com, you can instantly see what's in your report, who put it there, who's been looking at it, so you can make sure everything's accurate. Staying on top of your credit can make it easier for you to qualify for the lowest available interest rates, which could save you a lot of money. So don't wait. Join the millions of Americans who've already logged on to freecreditreport.com. Got a minute? Just log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
freecreditreport.com. A few friends, a culinary expert, and a host on the hot seat. Top celebrity chefs meet their match. Friends for Dinner. Catch premiere episodes tonight at 10 on Discovery Home Channel. Coming up next, the students are put to the test, on the job and in the kitchen. Will they be able to come up with the recipe for success? Stay tuned for Chef School, next on Discovery Home Channel.
Some beer for you. Excellent. Bring it on in. It's really flowing tonight. All right. Harry, I bet you thought I forgot you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't come back empty-handed. I got you a present.
Hey, thank you, man.
You're welcome. You know what the coolest thing about going to Germany is? Coming home. I missed America, and I missed Brooklyn, and Schnack missed me. I took some traditional German fare, put my own spin on it, and made it my own. They have good food in Germany. Who'd have thunk? That's a good day cooking in Brooklyn as far as I'm concerned. I'm Alan Harding. See you next time. This is Alan again. If you want my recipes and more about cooking in Brooklyn, go to discovery.com and click on Discovery Home Channel.
When the going gets tough, the tough get cooking. It's Alan Harding, cooking in Brooklyn. Shopping, he's a man on a